Think not that I have come to send peace on earth.
Come on.
I come not to send peace, but a sword.
I come not to send peace, but a what?
But a sword.
But a sword. Read.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father.
Read.
And the daughter against her mother.
Come on.
And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
And a man's foes, enemies, shall be those of his own household. I told people years ago, why do you think I don't have to teach about Christmas anymore? The whole world understands that Christmas is a lie, that Christ have nothing to do with it. That's why we didn't have to break down Christmas anymore. But we told you all that these holidays are the telltale sign that divides those who are under Christ and God from those who are sold under sin, serving their master Satan. See? You could be a Muslim, you can be a Buddhist, you can be anything you want. And the whole world will actually receive you and accept you the way you are, even your family. But if you say you are an Israelite and you're no longer celebrating Christmas, automatically your families are having meetings separate from you. Why? Out of all the things you can believe in the world, they'll accept. But when you start going against Christmas, Sunday worship, Easter, automatically your family is aligned as an enemy against you. Why? I thought in America and other free countries, we had the freedom of religion to believe what we want as long as it doesn't bother anyone else. See? But what you're disrupting is that spirit that's lying dormant in that person, which creates the cognitive dissonance. It's a demon. It's a spirit that's obedient to Satan. And when you begin to break free from these holidays, automatically that spirit has no more root in you. And immediately you can recognize the lie. The lie has a root, it's a demon. You get baptized to root the demon out. Everything else is a cover. It needs your body as a host. So when you're following the lie, that's a telltale sign that this person is subjected to a demon which can be triggered in society at any time. At any time, folks, this demon can be triggered. So let's go into the knowledge of the spirit which feeds the demon, which keeps the demon in you. Which darkens which keeps you from seeing, darken your sight so that it can keep hosts. This spirit. Let's identify the behavior that feeds the spirit, and through that, the spirit aligns itself with you and your thoughts to keep you subjected to it. Let's go to Matthew, elder lawyer. I got lawyer on the brain. I say lawyer so much. Matthew 6 and 24. Let's go.
Matthew 6 and 24.
Read.
No man can serve two masters.
You cannot serve two masters. So, brothers and sisters, if this Colt 45 virus year taught us anything, it taught us that you're going to submit to something. Because there's two masters. And either way, you're going to submit. Either you're going to submit to the master, the true master, the God of the heavens. Yes, right. And he has a book called the Bible. Or you're going to submit to the lesser God who fell to this earth. But either way, you're going to serve one. The dividing of families. There's only two masters. There's no in between. There's no agnostic thought. There's no atheist thought here. Either you serving one master or the other, knowingly or unknowingly. And Satan don't care if you recognize him as your God, as long as you serve him. Okay. He don't care as long as you serve him. Okay. He don't care. Your actions in this earth shows everyone, or shows those who can see, the master you serve, or the demon that's lying dormant in you, which is subjected to Satan. That's why he don't care if you say his name or recognize him all the time. Your actions prove that's right, the God you serve, the master you serve. If you know people who are dishonorable, people that are backbiters, deceivers, liars, haters of what's right, they have the seed of their master, the devil. That was the spirit that was on the Sadducees and Pharisees and scribes. We're going to break it down. We're going to show you the root of that spirit. That's right, the same spirit our God eventually will destroy. You can only serve two masters. Read it again.
Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other.
So when you come home and say you celebrate the Sabbath and you no longer deal with Sunday, you have a preacher look at you and say, well, I worship God every day of the week. You can't tell me my God loves me any less and this, that, and the other. Guess what? You're stirring up a spirit in that person. Because there's no such thing as a personal God. There's either one or the two. And the true master, our God, the God of the Hebrews, has rules. So you can't try to explain it off to where God looking up from heaven is going to compromise based on your philosophy or logic. No. When you start to skirt around it and give excuses to why you're not serving the true God, you've already chosen your master. The master who told you to disobey the book. You've already chose your master. I don't care how you try to philosophically explain it off. Well, listen, Christmas is the reason for the season. And I know it's wrong according to the pagans, but I'm not doing it that way. I'm doing it in the spirit of Christ. No, you're serving Satan. You're serving Satan, because what you're teaching your followers to believe or to understand is that you can make the rules up as it goes along and our God will accept it. So what's to stop other sinners in your church from doing the same? What's to stop them from making up the rules as they go along and say, you can't judge me because, hey, how can you judge me when you are celebrating pagan days and making an excuse for it? So if I steal, if I sin, if I deal with perversions, you can't judge me because I can articulate through my education a reason why God will accept that also. See? So anyone that claim that out there that they have a personal God and that I got a personal relationship with God, you're talking about people who've created their own idol, which is a God that would accept them as they are. And the only God who would do that is Satan. Read it again.
Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
And despise the other. And despise. So when you're raining on their parade and saying that the Most High is not hearing your Christmas carols, he's not hearing what you're teaching in the church because you've been teaching lies, believe it or not, quietly, these same people begin to despise truth tellers. That's why Satan had to come up with this word at the very end. Okay, how can we rebrand truth? Oh yeah, we'll call it conspiracy theory. The only truth is the truth that we're spewing through our news programs, and you understand. And we'll fact check according to our news programs. And if it's not coming from us, the liars, truth will now be rebranded as conspiracy theory. Christ died on the cross for our sins. Conspiracy theory. The Israelites are really black. They were people of color. Conspiracy theory. Christ didn't rise on Easter Sunday. Conspiracy theory. Truth have now been spun as conspiracy theory. 9 times out of 10, you are in the right position, even if you're believing something that's crazy. You'd be better off believing some of that stuff out there that they call conspiracy than what they're saying on the news. Read it again.
6:24, Matthew. No man can serve two masters.
No man can serve two masters.
For either he will hate the one and love the other.
And the master of this earth is who? Lucifer, Satan. Come on.
Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
He will hold to the one and despise the other. Read.
Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
You cannot serve God and mammon. You have to make a choice. Mammon is man, and it also leads to serving money, where a lot of your decisions will be dictated off of how much you can get out of it or how much you can't stand to lose. If it affects your bottom line, that's your choice, opposed to choosing right. If money is dictating your decisions, you're serving mammon. We're going to break it down. We're going to break it down for you. Listen to this clearly. Now, it says you cannot serve what? Read it again.
You cannot serve God and mammon.
Come on. Now, let's go now. Let's go to Ephesians. Get your Bible. Because we're going to show you the root spirit of those who are under submission and how they're being triggered to come against you. Don't think it's about a mask, folks. The majority of people that are wearing these masks are very skeptical and suspicious of what's going on. I've been talking to people. They're not wearing the mask because they fear a disease out there. And I'm asking people, well, if you're not doing that, but I understand why you have to do it, because what? It's the cost of doing business. Mm-hmm. This is a business move. It's the cost of doing business. It's putting certain businesses out of business, and it's emboldening all the businesses that are controlled through Satan. And in order for you to engage on their grid, putting on a mask, you must submit to do what? To deal with exchange in business. So I talk to people. I ask, well, then I ask them, I'm like, oh, so I guess you're going to get the jab, huh? Let me tell you, folks, I haven't met one person I've talked to out there who said that they're going to get this jab. Who wear the mask? Not one. And I'm talking about people, total strangers. Black, white, across the board. Asian people. I've conversated with many demographics who are wearing these masks, and not one said that. All of them said, well, I'm not getting that. Well, because they're just there to do business. And you know what? I can respect that. But there's some people out there who believe they're so confused. And there's a lot of components that comes into play to why they're under total submission. Because these were the people that were already beat down in life to a degree where there was no hope anyway.